So, what is there to really talk about with this game? I can go stats statistically what's going on, and just going through all the numbers. And I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. It's playoff football. Like, who's ready to play, who's coming to play. So Seattle's coming to Philadelphia at the Link. I will be there. I can't wait to just be a part of this whole thing and see what happens this Sunday. The one thing I can say is that this Eagles team is a new Eagles team, and it's a new breath. It's a breath of fresh air. It's a wide receiver core that's fresh, new, and young, and ready to play. And Carson has been pretty much putting these guys on his back the past few weeks. I have to give credit where credit is due, even though we don't want to give credit towards that department. The coaching staff, as well as Mike Rowe, he's done a very good job, getting this offense prepared. I mean, I still want him gone regardless. I don't care. But the way that when we have Nelson Aguilar and Alshon Jeffrey out, and then all of a sudden you get all these new young receivers, and it's very hard to take all these new receivers and then kind of set plays for them that they're going to be good at. That you work these new receivers to their strengths of their game, and that's what the Eagles have done. They have worked all these receivers to the strengths of their game. Deontay Burnett, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Greg Ward. And you got Shelton Gibson just signed this week, so you got some speed. He's probably the fastest guy we have, so we just signed him back. Now it just depends if Doug is going to put him in a game. I don't know. I think he's just going to be a reserve receiver. I don't know if they're going to really trust to put him in. I think he's good with what we got right now. But, if it's emergency and we need someone to stretch the field, you go put Shelton Gibson in the game because he's the fastest receiver. Vertical receiver that we do have. With Mike, I said Mike Scott. With Boston Scott and Miles Sanders, light on, very light week this week. Boston Scott. I mean, Pete Carroll knows he's going to be seeing us doing the screen game, and, we're going to challenge them as well as we're going to, they're going to challenge us, you know what I mean? And Carson Wentz is going to be Carson Wentz. If you can't read anything, no one's getting open, you go and you get scrambled for yards. Carson's going to be Carson. I'm not worried about Carson. I just want guys to get open for him. I want guys to, just do what they've been doing. And Greg Ward even talked about, I think yesterday morning, he talked about how this receiver core is hungry. And you know what? These guys have not even been in the playoff game, guys. I mean, these young guys that have been on practice squads have not ever been in a damn playoff game. Okay, so you know how exciting, and it's going to be home, and it's going to be off the hook, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's such a good feeling. I'm going to this game with a lot of positivity because this team is just hungry, and it doesn't matter how many injuries. The Seahawks have not looked great the past few weeks. They haven't. They've lost Chris Carson, Rashard Penny in the backfield. Two running backs. One of them broke free on us. Earlier in the year. And when it comes to linebackers, Michael Kendricks tore his ACL, so middle of the field will be very weak. So look for Dallas Goedert and look for Joshua Perkins and look for Richard Rodgers. I mean, not Richard Rodgers, but mostly Dallas Goedert and Joshua Perkins. Zach Ertz is not playing. He will pretty much, he wants to play. He doesn't care what a lymphated kidney, whatever he has, he can't, mess with that. So that his doctor came out with a report today that he shouldn't really play at all. So he's probably not going to play. Dallas Goedert has been playing at a high level. He's been doing a lot more and getting those yak yards on top of the big catches that he has been getting. And Wentz could just throw it up as Dallas Goedert did 2 weeks in a row. So gotta give him praise for that. So our tight ends do a lot of different things. And Joshua Perkins, reliable hands, big body, guy can catch, guy can do pretty much everything you want him to do. So then you have Tyler Lockett at the receiver core position. That's kind of not 100%. I don't know how good he's going to be in this game or what is. DK Metcalf is out there as well. So watch out for him. He's a big body receiver. So I'm hopefully, Malcolm might, maybe cover him or, I'm hopefully, we get pressure on Russell Wilson. That's going to be the challenge for this defensive line. For this defense in general, Russell Wilson, we kind of have been getting killed on misdirection and read option. I mean, that's pretty much what we get killed on all year. We progressively have gotten better. I think that Giants game, we progressively got better with it. But it's hit or miss with those plays. The running back lines up next to the quarterback and he either keeps it or, it's like an RPO type thing. So, best with Russell Wilson, it's more dangerous because the guy could run, the guy could extend plays for more than 20 seconds. But the offensive line is nothing special. It's not the best offensive line in the world. You're not facing a Dallas Cowboys offensive line. You're not facing an Eagles offensive line. You know what I mean? You're not facing. They don't have guys like that. Okay, so it's nothing even like that. Russell Wilson just makes it look good because the guy's mobile, and it just makes it look better because he can run all over the place. I mean, mobility is the one thing Russell Wilson has, and accuracy. So we just need to contain the outside with the defensive ends and just go after him all night. I mean, Marshawn Lynch, how much? He's not going to run for a 60-yard touchdown. Okay, he's not Rashard Penny. He's not Chris Carson. He's not, he's not going to do anything special back there. So don't expect anything crazy from him in this game. But he is a bruiser back. He will go in. He will hit you in the mouth. He will drag you for yards. So the Eagles need to tackle very well in this game. Regardless, they need to tackle well. And you know what? Doug has got this whole thing planned. Mike Rowe has been running this offense pretty good to these wide receivers, and just these plays have been magnificently awesome. I can't really complain about it whatsoever. I know I'm kind of ranting a little bit, but I just want to just give you my thoughts on the game, and I'm fucking ready. I am this ready. The NFL made a hype video for the playoffs. The Eagles not even in it at all. No one cares. No one cares. This team's not talked about, and I don't give a shit. It is what it is. The team's not talked about. No one cares about this team. And I don't care if they do. Because you know what? At the end of the day, these guys are hungry making plays. I mean, you got practice squad. I mean, it's just a breath of fresh air seeing this offense. It really does amaze me. The last time we faced the Seahawks, I know we shouldn't be like going back and forth, but last time we faced the Seahawks, our defense played a really good game against Russell Wilson, but unfortunately, our offense could not generate yards, nothing. I mean, we were flat out done, disgusted. I was disgusted after that game. So, we lost 3 games. That game, the Patriots game, Miami Dolphins. You know what I mean? So it was a really bad few weeks at that point. And this team turned around. And the gift of injuries could give you more gifts. Okay? And we got some gifts in Greg Ward and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Deontay Burnett and all these guys. You just signed Shelton Gibson. So if you need to put him in the game, emergency, something happens, you put him in as he's the fastest vertical threat we have right now with Deshaun Jackson being out. You beat the Seattle Seahawks this week. You go into whatever game comes next week away, and potentially you get Deshaun Jackson back in this lineup. And when you get Deshaun Jackson back in this lineup, it is going to be dangerous. This is a dangerous team going forward, and no one realizes it yet. And I understand, how we've played. Now, if we played like how we've been playing before, like these new guys came in and started playing, would I have said this is a dangerous team? No, but this team is dangerous. It is. When they're on point, they're on point. When they're hot, they're hot. The Eagles have gotten hot in the season at the right time. And unfortunately, maybe it was a blessing for us to get hot this time. Maybe the season wasn't supposed to go the way it was, but you know what? It went that way. Changes were made, and the Eagles have done a fantastic job with this offense, and Jim Schwartz has done amazing with this defense, okay? Don't got the best corners. I know that. I think most of Eagles Nation knows that, but at the same time, when Jim knows how to dial up the blitzes, he's been very good with them, he's been careful with them, and he's been pressuring quarterbacks like crazy. So, look for a few blitzes in this game. He's not going to just do a 4-man pass rush all the time. He'll drop some guys back. He'll do a 3-man pass rush if he has to. To keep the guys inside for less yards. So, Russell Wilson is pretty much, if someone has to win the game, it's going to be Russell Wilson. And if Russell Wilson gets shut down, yeah, the rest of the team is not going to do a damn thing. You put a regular pocket quarterback in that offense, you got nothing with that offense. Because once Russell Wilson is gone from the Seahawks team, forget it. I mean, that's down the road. But I'm just saying of how lucky the Seahawks fans are to have a guy like that could move around, that could extend plays and move backwards. But offensive line is just, it's not good. It's not good at all. So other than that, guys, that's all I want to say. I just want to go over, the game, and I can't wait. I'm gonna have more videos coming out, so don't worry about it. So other than that, guys, I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up, fly else fly.
Let me show you just how far I can go. I've been running away, the only road I know. Misery Ave, Yeah, listen to that. That's the sound of all the tears that leaking out of my bag. I've been back in the Ville and nothing to feel. Used to be my solace, now it's always stuck in the will. Right up out of my chest, I'm down and out as at best. I'm drowning out with no vest. Don't mean to make you upset, don't mean to make you upset.